Hi guys, this is Chiranshi from Fun Tip Fun, and today's question is, how does the orbit work? Well, first of all, you guys might have questions like, what is orbit? And different type of questions, and all of them are going to be answered in my presentation. Before, I will just give you an introduction. If you guys don't know, I love to study about astronomy, and also when I grow up I want to be an astronomist. And if you guys don't know what an astronomist is, it studies planets, stars, the space. So let's get started. I'm gonna screen share. Okay. Right here. How does the orbit work? By Chiranshi Shah. And just one more thing to add on, I have researched all of this, and I've combined my thinking and all of it together. What is orbit? Definition. Orbit is a thing made with gas and gravity to keep the planets in balance so they don't run off in space and don't crash in the things in space. And what if Earth didn't have an orbit and Earth was crashing? Might not be good. So right here, you guys might see this right here. We have all the planets. You might see one more planet, Ceres, between Mars and Jupiter. As you guys see, it's a dwarf planet. And there's a lot more dwarf planets, such as Pluto's, and that. And how we can remember them is my very educated mother just taught me the 9 planets. Well, Pluto was there for the planets, but it wasn't there, and Ceres is also not in there. And you might see these colored things right here, that is the orbit, but they're actually not colorful. And you'll see a diagram of an orbit later on. Let's explore the planets. So these are the planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. I'm going to say they both are split into half. Well, how? My thinking is, well, science has also proved that these are the outer planets and these are the inner planets. Inner planets are really hot, except Earth, because it's 50-50 of hot and cold and gets enough of sunlight for us to live. And the inner planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Outer planets, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter. The outer planets are really cold because they're not near the sun. And right here, if you guys don't see the planets, they're teeny tiny. That's why they all are circled. Let's explore the planet's moons. Mercury has 0 moons. Venus has 0 moons, and Earth has 1 moon, but they're called different things. They're called different names, and I think Earth's moon's name is Moon. Mars has 2, Phobos and Diomedes. Jupiter has 60 plus because it's a big planet, and Mattis is one of them. Saturn has 45 plus, and Miamis is one of them. Uranus has 27 plus, and Puck is one of them. Neptune has 14, and Proteus is one of them. I love this background. Look at that. It's so pretty. History of the solar system. There was no solar system about 4 billion years ago. There was just a cloud made out of gas and dust from a star explosion. Then all the gravity formed a big thing. It was the sun, then all the small lumps were the planets. Let me explain it in a better way. So, the original solar system about 4 billion years ago, and not exact because that's an estimate. How was the solar system there? So there was just a normal cloud that you see in the sky right now, made out of gas and dust. They're not made of that, but that happened from a star explosion. And if you guys didn't know, the stars also explode. But then all the gas and gravity and the star explosion things, they all formed a big thing. And that was the sun. And the small lumps were the planets. And there are a lot more planets. There are not only, as I told you guys, Ceres, Pluto, and a lot more planets were also there. But we just consider them, they are dwarf because they're really small. How does the gravity work? Gravity works from force and motion, and if one thing goes up, it will come down. And just one more thing to add. If you guys know the Newton's law, force and motion, as I said right here, it'll really help you. But if you guys don't know, you guys can look it up. And what Newton discovered was an apple falling on him, and there was this question: what's happening? It was gravity. So let's continue. There's less gravity in space than on Earth. Yes, because that is how we walk in Earth. If there was no gravity, we would have been floating right now, and we would have been wearing these things that astronauts wear. Right here, I just got an image. Cursor is showing us there's an astronaut that is getting pulled by the Earth's force. That's cool. Guys, what do you guys think this is? Take a quick guess. Okay, guess what? Is the background is the plate of Jupiter. Isn't that so cool? And one more fun fact about Jupiter is that it's getting bigger. Yes, that is so cool. And one more thing is it was almost going to be a star, but then it stopped getting bigger. But then it's getting bigger, so who knows? It can be a star. Other planets have a certain size. And that's Jupiter right here, so it's big. But why is it so big? Planets have a certain size because of the mass in them. It shows how big they are or how small they are. And we know how they go in circles. It's because the orbit, gas, and gravity. The planets go around the orbit. How does the orbit look like? That might be a lot of your questions. I took a photo of a poster that I have at my house. Is right here. So right here is Jupiter and Saturn's orbit. Forget that. Right here. Right here you might see something white, but not clearly white. It is the inner planets. Then right here, that I'm gonna circle, right here somewhere, there's also that. And then it's over here. And then all the way here, you might see this all white stuff all the way here in the circle. So yes, you might not see them properly, but they're there. So as I told you, this inside is inner planet, outside is Kuiper belt, and this is asteroid belt. Yeah, well, these are the inner planets. And it's not really an orbit thing, but there's like the white thing. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be that. Our final answer. Oops. our final answer that we all have been waiting for. Well, we have learned so much. Well, there might be an answer for all we have learned. And how does the orbit work? Is by gravity, and the gravity moves it in circles. So does the planets because of orbit. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.